Hello, everybody. Welcome to the October 3rd edition of 50/50 Bucking. And that's why this is here, because we have a charity change. And I'm going to highlight this a lot for various reasons, but mainly, one of the main reasons being, it's cancer research,
Yes.
which is very important. Cancer research, right there. It's cancer research. This is Kerry McCullough's charity for the month. Also means that a certain someone is losing their hair. Hi, Aaron.
Hello.
So yes, at some point this month, Aaron is going to go become Uncle Fester, basically.
Yeah, it's just in time for Halloween as well.
Good timing. I like it.
Can go as Agent 47. All I need to do is put on a black suit with a white shirt and red tie.
Just be Uncle Fester. Just put like a black beanbag over your head, and that's it. You're Uncle Fester. It's easy. All you have to do is just. I'm so glad that worked because I can't always do that. So.
Just do a rerun if it didn't work.
You mean like raw booking? Just do it until it works, yeah? Or just do it so many times people get bored of it?
Mm-hmm.
But we'll never get bored of this because look, cancer research t-shirt. There you go.
I have a blue one as well, but the blue one's from 2 years ago, and I wore it every time I had my hair dyed, so it's a bit colourful.
So very colourful cancer research UK. Yeah,
but that was mostly bleach.
Yeah, basically we're going to get the words cancer research UK into the show quite a lot because it's kind of a good one to help support because it just is. But for several reasons. Obviously, this to Aaron is a particularly personal charity. I know people who have been affected by this as well, so that's the other reason why I'm quite happy to plug as much as this as I can.
Yeah, I was actually a bit taken away this week because I found out last night I've been nominated for an Island Award, community champion or something, and I'm in the top 2 of the runners for votes.
Hang on, there's 2 of you. Hang on, if there's 2 of you, you can't be an island.
No, there's like loads of people, but the 7 people were chosen because of like a board chose people out of the like
nominees.
Yeah, nominees. And I was chosen, and somebody else was chosen, and another 6 people were chosen. But I'm second place at the moment, and I was just like, "Wow, okay."
Well, let's keep that. Let's hope that stays up because that would be good.
Yeah. I'm just grateful to do what I do. Really, I enjoy doing what I do.
Yeah, to be very clear, Aaron is not in this for the money and for the rewards because that's not why he does this. The money he makes goes straight to the charities.
And any money I get from my benefits and stuff, I put into the charity work as well.
Yeah, where do you guys think the hair dye money comes from?
Doesn't grow on trees, and it's not cheap.
No. Also, you do occasionally get it from things like this.
Yeah. What I get from that mostly is the swear jar.
Exactly. Aaron is quite commonly swearing on streams, from what I understand. So.
I don't have a fucking clue what you're on about. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you can swear on this one. Nobody cares. Also, this is an over 18 stream, so it's fine. So, but you can always find Aaron streaming on Saturdays, Wednesdays. I can't remember the other day.
Monday,
there we go. I know it's free. I just never remember all 3 of them. So, so there you go. Although, did I see something about you being on earlier?
Yeah. I didn't stream yesterday, so I postponed till this evening.
I see. How did that go?
It went all right. I had a good few viewers and had a bit of fun. But yeah, it's fun. It's more fun playing with friends than it is playing on your own. So after a little bit, I did get a little bored.
Yeah, well, depends on what you're playing by yourself, but that's another subject entirely, not related to this stream. So, oh dear. But also, the other thing you can also find with Aaron, of course, is this.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you got till the first week of January for this, and then it goes
bye
like Thanos. Cool. So now we've done Aaron stuff, so we'll just quickly do the channel stuff, and then we'll be underway. So you guys can help us with the Patreon. Link is in the description down below, so that's sorted out as well. You can also find us on our Twitter and our Instagram. There we go. Cool. Now, first things first, before we start with the programs that we're going to look back and review upon, I'm going to touch upon the draft stuff, and we're going to do this up front because basically I'm not going to talk about them in SmackDown. The reason being is it's not complete yet, so it seems a bit redundant to do so. Also, going to be up front here, I hate the fucking draft.
See, I used to like the way that they used to do it, where the people would fight for a draft pick, but the way that they do it now is just fucking boring and shit.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to a different issue. I hate the brand split. I think it's fucking dumb. I understand why you do it, but it's still fucking dumb. So, again, the draft thing, I don't care. I mean, not being funny, right? If you're an American and you're used to like the NFL drafts and stuff like that, and the NBA draft, maybe you do. I don't know. But outside of North America, I don't think anyone gives a shit about the fucking draft.
Nope.
So for the rest of us, we're just like watching this thinking, what the fuck are you doing? We know you manipulate the fucking thing anyway. It's not like it's done at random. We know you're picking who goes where. So what the fuck are you bothering for?
Just call it a superstar shake-up.
Oh. No, wait, they've done that before. Oh, was it what wild card? No, they've done that before as well. Why don't you just call it Vince McMahon's whim? Because at least that's the truth. So, yeah. Basically, I just don't get the point of the draft. It's fucking nonsense. Although you did want to mention something you found particularly weird about the draft. So, somebody getting drafted?
Two things really. Charlotte Flair, because Raw Women's Champion, was just like, fingers crossed, hopefully they might be joining the championships together and just having one women's champion. So that'd be good. Like, the idea of floating champions is a good idea, generally. But also Austin Theory.
Yeah.
That was a surprise for me. Like, I didn't think that he'd be back on main roster so soon.
I knew. Like last week, I knew. There's a bunch of them that I know, and I'm not saying anything because the draft isn't finished yet. So the stuff I know which hasn't happened yet, and I'm not going to say it because I've told you before. I don't like spoiling stuff for people.
I know from NXT is being drafted.
Well, we already know one of them We already know one got drafted. I already know about that one as well.
It'd be fab.
So let's just say.
And if you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah, there may be a few people who will be a bit surprised, and some probably not so much, depending on what you like, I guess. So, yeah. But anyway, the draft, for those of you who are interested in the draft, will not be completed until
tomorrow night.
Raw. Yeah, after Raw tomorrow night.
Not just Raw Talk as well.
Yeah, fuck Raw Talk. Fuck talking smack too while you're at it.
Yeah, there was more drafts that happened on Talking Smack too.
Yeah, but they're both fucking meaningless shows.
Mm.
Once upon a time, Talking Smack was actually quite an interesting show until they ruined it.
You mean before Daniel Bryan came out of retirement?
And Rene Paquette.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Yeah, well done on that one, WWE, you fucking morons. All right. So, with that, we should probably touch upon the Raw, obviously last week's Raw, because that's the thing we all generally start with. And I do have. Oh, do you have something you want to? You have something you want to do before that? Do you?
Extreme Rules.
Oh, I don't give a shit. You know why I don't give a shit, don't you?
Because we got all the answers right. We got all the predictions right.
Also, the main event pissed me off.
Yeah, I can agree. It got my hopes up and everything, and then a fucking turnbuckle collapsed.
Yeah.
Really?
I would actually, yeah, I would say that this was worse than the AEW exploding ring match not going off the plan. I think this was worse.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a lot of people who like say it was not as bad as that. It actually is worse because when you blow up a ring like that, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. But if you intentionally sabotage a turnbuckle to break like that, you mean to do that. This is to the WWE creative team, yeah? This is for you. But as Aaron pointed out, yeah, we pretty much predicted everything, which is the other reason why we're not touching upon it. So, yeah.
It's not worth the time.
No, simply put.
Yes, there were some good matches, but apart from that.
Yeah. What I would ask you, though, in all fairness, since you mentioned it, was there a match on the pay-per-view that you actually enjoyed?
Hardy versus Priest, Hart versus Sheamus.
The triple threat match. Yeah, I can understand
that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, do you know the other thing that pissed me off?
The Charlotte Flair match, maybe?
They put Liv Morgan and Carmella on the pre-show. What the fuck was that for?
Yeah.
I mean, they replaced it with what? A useless match. As for the Charlotte match, again, it's what I expected.
It was worse than what I expected, to be honest.
Yeah, I imagine it was. Unfortunately, I always assume the very worst from WWE Creative. That in equal doses. Yeah, this is what I expect. Fuck you for giving me what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So that's why not Extreme Rules, basically. But I do agree the triple threat match was probably the best match on the show. So, and we are going to touch upon that because for some reason they couldn't fucking leave it alone. But that's later on in the Raw show. But I do have some problems with particularly a couple of matches on Raw, but we'll get to that. But go ahead. You're going to say something.
No, I was going to say we should probably get to Raw then.
Right. Okay. Match number 1 that I've got an issue with is pretty much how it started. Big E versus Lashley.
Yeah.
The whole point.
Advert break made an appearance on Raw.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
No.
I mean, literally, the whole point of this match was to set up the main event later on. Just have it be that match. You don't don't need this here.
I mean, it was a good match from the way it started as well.
Which
And
is what
then all
makes
of a
it
sudden you had
worse.
Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander standing outside ringside. And it's just like, oh, not this shit again.
Yes, that shit again. The Hurt Business are back together, for those of you who do not know.
The match was thrown out because the New Day came to the rescue of Big E, even though Big E wasn't getting assaulted by the Hurt Business. They were just standing ringside.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So literally all this did was set up the main event later on.
Yeah, Adam Pearce, who isn't a general manager, came out and announced that the main event would be a steel cage match.
With Big E and Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So next we had Eric versus Angel Garza.
Eric of the Viking Raiders, for anyone who was a bit confused by that, because probably should explain it. Because you don't see them very often.
No. I like the John Cena of the Viking world. So a squash match to put over Garza, and for somebody like Eric to be used in a squash match is a bit what the fuck.
Yeah. I don't really have anything to say about this match other because you pretty much just said it.
Yeah, I mean, Eric's a former tag team champion.
Yeah.
He's fought all over the world. He is a tough SOB. And he got used to put over Garza.
Who, up until like last week, has basically not been around for like almost a year.
Yeah, he's been indulging himself in catering.
And main event matches. As in
And-
WWE's program main event.
And offering himself roses in the mirror.
Oh, yeah, and tagging with Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, then we had Reggie versus Ricochet.
The second match I have an issue with.
Why the hell have they put Ricochet in the 24/7 championship picture? It makes no sense.
It
This
does.
match was even sillier.
Unfortunately, it does. You may not be aware of this. There was a tweet put out that was pretty much anti-WWE. Apparently, Ricochet liked it. And not long afterwards, he got booked in this match.
What tweet was it?
I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was a very negative WWE tweet.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back and look at some of the wrestling news sites, they actually did put it in some of the videos they have. So, yeah.
Okay, well, he kind of landed himself in that then. That was his own fault.
Well, yes, but also WWE's creative team really need to get a fucking clue.
Yeah, bit childish.
But what actually really is stupid about this match is the result.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
For those who don't know, officially this is a no contest. It's the 24/7 title.
Yeah. No comment.
Yeah. Bollocks to that. But yeah, Ricochet deserves better.
Yeah, he does. Let's start a hashtag.
We could start a hashtag saying a lot of them fucking deserve better.
Mm-hmm.
Because to be honest, for the most part with these guys, it's not them, it's the fucking shit creative booking. But there is one person later on who fucking deserves what they got, but we'll get to that in a minute.
So next we had the riddle segment, which was funny. Surprise, surprise. And then we had Akira Tozawa sent out an open challenge and ended up with Keith Bearcat Lee finally making his re-emerge.
There's two things, right? Firstly, the reason you're not seeing Orton is Orton's not cleared. That's why he's not around. Okay, I don't know what it is, but apparently he's not cleared. This is for the viewers' benefit as well. So, secondly, the Bearcat nickname comes from a wrestler back in the day who was very much fought racism when wrestling was much more held down black wrestlers. So that's where the nickname comes from for Keith Lee. Okay, for anyone who thinks this is like a weird thing, no, this name comes from a black wrestler who fought racism.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently Keith Lee rather likes having the name for that reason, and I don't blame him. So if anyone who thinks it's racist, fuck off.
Yeah. So Keith Bearcat Lee versus Tozawa. Surprise, surprise. Second squash match of the night.
But at least this made sense.
Did it though?
It does, because you're bringing someone in, you've repackaged them, and you want to make them dominant. This is what you should do with somebody like Keith Lee as well. Tozawa should not be beating Keith Lee. Let's be honest.
No, we all knew that was not going to happen.
Right. Should this be competitive? No. Tozawa's booked like shit.
Well, shit's being a bit kind, to be honest, but you know.
Yeah. But it's all so if you're trying to make somebody look big and imposing and menacing like Keith Lee should be made to look, you need to do things like this.
So after that falafel or whatever you want to call it,
squash. Yeah, we'll go with squash.
Yeah, we had Priest versus Sheamus. No DQ.
Yeah.
United States Championship match.
This is what I was referring to before. Apparently the pay-per-view wasn't enough, so they had to face each other again. And on top of that, Sheamus is again injured and has had to have surgery.
All you needed to do was have Jeff Hardy on commentary and we'd have had deja vu.
Yeah. I mean, I hope Sheamus gets well soon and everything, because he's had to have surgery in his nose, but yeah.
Second nose surgery in 3 months.
Yeah. But again, why this match? It made no sense.
Sheamus is going to be walking around like Voldemort by the end of this.
Only I can hit the boot kick.
No, it's going on more the fact that he won't have a nose.
Yeah. I know. But he is very pale and white, just like Voldemort, so the joke works, right?
I mean, I like this match, but I hope this is the last time we see this for like a while.
I think it will be with the injury.
Yeah. Also, Priest won, so.
But that doesn't necessarily mean anything for WWE Creative. But yes, at least the right person won this match.
Mm-hmm.
The next again with what the draft's gonna do, God knows, right? But we'll see. Anyway, you say next match.
The next match, the pre-segment of the next match was actually kind of funny. And then the match was Mansoor, Ali, and Hardy versus Jinder, Veer, and Shanky. I mean, an okay match. But Jinder and Co won. And just. Okay.
Here's the thing. For what reason?
I don't know. Did Mansoor like a post that was anti-WWE too?
No. As far as I can tell, there's no reason for this. Also, bear in mind there are two wrestlers they've been trying to push. Although they've been treating Jeff Hardy kind of like shit, so that doesn't surprise me.
But I mean, Jeff Hardy, Mansoor, and Ali have all been drafted to SmackDown.
Hopefully that will help them. I doubt it, but hopefully. Maybe
I
Ali
mean,
can
they're
go.
on the flagship
Maybe,
now, so.
maybe Ali can go hack some shit again.
Well, Mace was drafted to Raw and T-Bar was drafted to SmackDown. So that tag team's broken up now too.
Split, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not that anyone actually cares, by the way, but
yeah.
Obviously, bear in mind with these draft trades. This is the other reason why I didn't really want to talk so much about it. Is until the draft's completed, they can still trade people backwards and forwards. So if somebody's already been traded, you can trade them back.
Mm-hmm.
Just something to bear in mind.
So next we had a Karrion Kross segment, which was meh.
Well, on the plus side, he's won his match.
Yeah, and I wasn't opposed to seeing this match either, because I thought it was going to be like a heavy hitting match between Karrion Kross and Jackson Ryker. But no, just another squash match, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's what they should. Kross should be doing that to Ryker.
Yeah, even though Kross even insulted Ryker's Marine rank and stuff, it's a bit like.
Well, that's weird for WWE because they usually don't do that. But at the same time, Ryker's kind of dug his own grave as far as what people think of him go, because of some of the things he's. Yeah. I'm not going to elaborate. If you don't know, then find out for yourselves. If you know, then you know.
Trump supporter.
To be fair to him, and I'll say this to be fair to him, support whoever you want. That is your right as an individual. Okay, whether you agree with it or not. Honestly, would you want somebody to tell you couldn't support somebody?
I support my legs because my legs support me.
Right, there you go. But would you like somebody to tell you no, you can't support your legs? Basically, somebody trying to tell you who you can and can't support. That's ridiculous, right? It's not even so much the fact. The problem is with the right thing. It's not the fact he's a Trump supporter. Back and follow whoever you like. That's your choice. It's what he said, rather than who he supports.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
At least for me, it is anyway. I know that there were people that being, oh, he's transport. Hey, you gotta hate him. Really? You're gonna hate somebody for who they support? Then there'll be somebody out there who'll hate you because of what you like and what you support. How fucking stupid is that?
I hate Tottenham supporters. I can't stand them. They're terrible people.
Right, but that is your right to say that. Do I agree with you? No, because I happen to be one. But it is your right to but it's your right to but it is also your right to disagree with me.
I was joking.
Yeah, but you're illustrating the point. It is your right to disagree. It's as simple as that. Do I think you're right? No, I think you're fucking mental. But you're still entitled to think that.
I mean, I'm a Liverpool supporter, so.
Which is actually worse because you guys nick hubcaps off cars. But again, that's one of those things.
What we do in our weekends is our own business.
Exactly.
So
I mean, we are kind of joking. We are joking here, but at the same time, we're trying to make a serious point as well. Just because somebody supports something you don't like doesn't mean they're bad. Listen to what they're saying, and then judge it on that, not by who they follow. Because you can support somebody and not agree with everything they say. Imagine something. Yeah,
I do that with my brother and his girlfriend choice. Moving on.
I think most of his siblings and her other halves, but yeah, but go on.
So next we have Matt Riddle versus AJ Styles.
Again.
I mean, a really good match. a nice like rarity to see a burning hammer by Styles.
I literally, you know that is a banned move in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the list of moves that's been banned, and I think the only reason AJ gets away with it is because it's AJ. If anybody else had done that, you'd have got in a lot of trouble.
It was Burning Hammer, and Trent Seven does it as well.
Again, I think it's a case with certain people they can do it because they've been shown they can do it safely. But it is on the list of moves that's banned in WWE.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we got a Burning Hammer by Styles, which led to the Styles Clash, which led to the 1, 2, 3 after the match. And then I must put an exclamation mark on it with a chokeslam to Riddle in the center of the ring.
Which was really worth him doing. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't.
I'm just waiting for Ramos and Styles to be split in the draft.
Hopefully for AJ's sake, yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, AJ is the one protecting Omos from having to take any losses.
And it's not right.
No. Because there's going to come a point where Omos needs to be on his own so they can see what he can do on his own.
See, I wouldn't mind seeing a Balor and Styles reunion kind of thing, like on SmackDown or something.
Yeah, at the same time, I could also see Balor not wanting to do anything for a while.
He looked like he came down hard on his leg on Sunday.
I think he's at the end of his rope. Although, to be fair, that is kind of a big match he was in, so I think he might have buckled under the pressure.
Felt cornered.
Mm-hmm. Against the ropes. Yeah, we can do plenty more of these, but we should probably move.
So
like they seem to have done with Piper Niven at last. At least it's not against Eva Marie.
But then she got involved anyway.
Yes, but at least her opponent isn't Eva Marie's my point.
I just like the fact that Charlotte dropped Eva after the match.
Yeah, I was a fan of that too, to be perfectly honest. Anytime Eva Marie gets dropped, I'm a fan of it.
I mean, Eva Marie thought she could interrupt Charlotte Flair with her celebration, and that cost Doudrop the title shot. But Eva got a clothesline for our troubles, so.
Cost who what?
Cost Piper Niven their title shot.
Okay, that's what I thought you said.
Doudrop's just easier to say. Do you want a Liverpool jersey for Christmas? Is that why you're looking at me like that?
Only completed at a Hunt would say that. Right. But anyway, yes. So Piper lost, Charlotte won. Eva Marie got dropped to their ass.
Next, talking about being dropped on their ass, we had a Goldberg segment. Boring. Moving on.
Yeah.
Eva segment. Well, ouch. Thank you, Shayna. Then moving on.
Yeah, more of this, Shayna, please. More.
And then we had Not So Super Brutality segment was kind of funny too.
Yeah.
Because Nikki Cross said that her and Rhea should have matching outfits.
Moving on.
I don't know what's scary. I don't know what thoughts scarier. Look like Rhea Ripley in the way that she looks like in the ring if she was coming towards you, or Rhea Ripley in a superhero outfit coming towards you in the ring.
Again, moving on.
Just
Oh,
creative, don't. Please, no.
You also haven't worked out the alternative. What if Nikki looks like Rhea?
If we get the the Van Hadlen Banshee back, then fine, yeah, do it.
No. They'll do it her as being superhero, aspiring superhero bollocks, but they'll have it be like Rhea.
What, like black?
Come on, it's WWE Creative. They'll do the worst version possible, and that's what that is. You know I'm right.
That's the worst fucking thing ever.
That's my point.
Yeah, I'm worried now. Moving on.
Yes. Hi, Vince.
Big E versus Lashley in the steel cage for the WWE Championship.
Hooray. Yes. Thank you.
For the second time in the night. Sorry.
Except for the cages. No, the cage wasn't involved the first time.
There was a cage. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. It's the same one they used the door to slam on the guy and the people climbing. You know, those ones. The cage is supposed to keep people out. You know that cage?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's confusing because, you know, it doesn't seem to do it.
Nope.
No. On the plus side, Big E won.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the start of this match didn't even happen in the cage.
And I'm so surprised at that. Oh, wait. No, I'm not.
I mean, it really made it look like Big E was going to lose. It's like 2 big endings later, he won. Thank fuck.
Yes, the actual winning big ending was off the ropes.
Second rope, yeah.
Mm.
But
which, in all fairness to Big E, that's not an easy thing to do to Lashley. So good on him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got one of those finishers that it's possible to do it off the rope. Like it's like John Cena in the AA when he can't beat him with one AA on the mat. He goes up to the second rope. It's like good initiative, and it makes the move look better from the second rope. But at the same time, it's a bit like, okay, we see where you got that from.
Hang on, doesn't Cena use the STF when he can't with the attitude adjustment?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on. Yeah, again, nobody takes that seriously, so yeah.
I mean, Lashley uses the stretch buffalo.
Okay. On to other things I don't take seriously. Once this match finished and everyone's celebrating, Drew comes out on stage and whips out his sword and points it at Big E.
Which was pointless because of what happened Friday.
Well, it's not pointless because there's a point on the sword. That's how swords work.
It's a prop, it's blunt.
Kind of like WWE booking. Yay! It's a metaphor.
Metaphorically speaking.
And as Aaron points out, yeah, the draft really made this work.
Mm-hmm. It's like they had 30 seconds. They're just like, oh, what can we do? I know, Drew, go.
Also, they split Big E from the New Day again.
Indeed.
So
it was fun while it lasted, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe.
I'm so shocked. Oh wait, no, I'm not.
There goes their chance at getting more merch.
Exactly. It's the power of positivity. Apparently, it didn't work. Fun part now, Aaron, is you've now got to give this a rating.
2.
Yeah. Why am I not surprised by that? It's that time, people. It's that time, people. 2.0. It's NXT time. That's actually that's really good. I like that. That could be a wrestling gimmick. Just do that and then just have some smoke blow out from everywhere. That was actually really good.
Creative, book me up.
You know, if Vince McMahon saw that gimmick, he'd call you Puffy McPuffington.
As long as I get to keep him, I'm happy.
Yeah, why not? You can take him to the ring with you. What was that?
It speaks.
Yeah, I didn't hear what it said though. Oh, what? From behind? Where did you get that toy?
It says Umbreon.
It sounded like it was saying from behind. I'm like, where did you get that toy?
Build-A-Bear.
Did you actually go to Build-A-Bear and ask them to tell it to say, from behind, from behind?
I was going to ask him to say out of nowhere, but you know.
You should have gone and say, bad booking.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Is that what that Build-A-Bear reference was you posted on social media the other day? Because I saw something about Build-A-Bear and I was like, what the hell are you on about now?
I went on a Build-A-Bear date with my partner.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So
yeah.
That's one of those situations where it's absolutely fine to do that. Go. If you're doing that shit as a couple, it's great. It's fun.
Yeah, she got a Stitch. Like Lilo and Stitch.
I was going to say, did you run or something?
No, I made her laugh so much because I kept on making stuffing jokes and Build-A-Bear. And there was kids around.
Yeah, so it was those kind of jokes. Yeah, I know those jokes from you, you dirty.
And there was on the certificate, it says "Stuffed with Love" by Aaron.
I bet it was.
Wait, I have the certificate in his box. Let me just like
a special stuffing. He stuffed it with special love. That's his birth certificate. Let's see. Names, stuff with love by Kaylee, where it actually says.
Yeah, that's mine. Hers says Aaron, obviously, because I paid for hers and she paid for mine.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's actually quite cute.
Yeah. He's got a Grim Reaper outfit as well.
That's very you.
Yes.
So that's couple shit. That's what couples should do. Yeah, fun things like that with each other. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun and harmless.
I mean, when you've been with each other when you've like known each other for like 20 plus years, there's not many things that you haven't done already.
Right. Exactly. So, because you two obviously you two have been friends a long time before you were a couple. So yeah, it does kind of make it hard to know. Well, what are we gonna do? You can't do the normal shit because you've probably already done it.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to be a bit more like fun and creative.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have always gone in there and asked them to build you a date, but that would have been a bit weird.
Just can I have like a baby prototype, please?
I think you should be careful for saying things like babies. I mean, you've had enough fun with like things on social media, like those quizzes. What? Who's going to be next person who's going to be pregnant? And it comes up with your girlfriend.
You came up with Kira today.
I saw. I had a good laugh.
I was like, have fun with that. She commented within 5 minutes, no thanks.
I think she's got enough to deal with right now. I mean, that girl's working, she's streaming, she's already got a kid, and obviously there's also her other half. So yeah, I think she's got plenty to do right now.
You and me both.
So, but good luck to her. It's not an easy stuff to do, so hopefully everything is going to go well. Unfortunately, you cannot delay NXT 2.0 for any longer because we got to talk about 2.0.
Sorry, I had some sentimentality stuck in my throat.
You get that shit out. It's disgusting.
Fuck. Okay, good.
Right. On to the multicolored puke that is NXT 2.0. Okay, so clearly Bob really bothers Aaron, so I will just go through this quickly then, because that way he doesn't have to touch it. Right. Lopez defeated B-Fab.
Can I just say that this was fucking stupid because Hit Row basically came out and did a promo on the entire night show, like to hype up the show, and they had no interest in any of the other matches. Like, what the fuck? Why? Why?
You know why.
Is it just like a goodbye? We're just gonna like ride through the one last show and then go.
I kind of touched on this before. There's things I know that haven't happened yet. That's all I'm saying. So.
Oh, another thing about the draft. They said that this draft isn't going to take effect for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Until Crown Jewel's over.
Yeah.
So we've got the New Day for 3 more weeks on Raw.
Yeah.
And everybody else is staying where they are for 3 weeks.
Oh well, except for Lesnar, but we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Because you may not be aware of this, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Yeah, essentially. This was brought up on SmackDown because of his good friend Paul.
Paul Heyman. I did like his segment, to be honest. It was probably one of the best Lesnar segments I've ever seen.
We are going to touch point once we get to SmackDown.
So, with the B-Fab and the Elektra Lopez, Legado caused a breakdown between the male competitors and got them all sent to the back. For both competitors, first no DQ match. It was really good, really creative too, but yeah, Lopez won.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Index honeymoon segment was funny. Which one, you may ask? A few of them.
Yeah. They are what they are, basically. It's as simple as that.
Oh, then we had a Joe Gacy segment.
I told you it won't go on.
The crap slide woke spiral continues.
Told you.
And we'll probably see him next week.
Told you. What did I tell you?
I don't like it.
Oh no, it's dreadful. But we know how Vince works when it comes to booking shit. And this is how he sees these people. Right or wrong. So he is going to persist with this until he has a reason not to.
In other words, until he goes up to main roster.
I'll probably still do it then too. It'll literally be until he can actually make money off. I can't make any money out of it. Because he's bound to be making money out of this somehow, whether it's through social media interactions or YouTube hits, whatever the case may be. Because people will react to shit like this. You're proving my point by the way you reacted to it. Because a lot of people on social media, particularly on Twitter, feel the need to assert their opinions on shit, which is clearly meant to elicit that kind of reaction. So you are enabling this to happen.
I mean, with Drew Gulak on Twitter this past week, he commented, "I'm trapped in a net" on Twitter, to which I replied, "No, that's catering. Thought you would have been used to that by now."
It is, and I saw. You do like to share. You do like to share those with me, which I do appreciate
that. Next, we had Zion Quinn versus Oney Lorcan. For those of you who don't know, Zion Quinn is actually Joe Fatu, the younger brother of the Usos.
We touched upon him the other week. We just couldn't remember what his name was.
It was very one-sided. Glad Zion didn't have a stuck-up kind of personality. That's what I thought was going to be the case, but it wasn't. And it was a good match, good debut. I do like his nickname, though, the Samoan Ghost.
Well, he won.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, really. He won.
Nothing spooky about that. But
he won, and it wasn't bad, which is never a bad thing. So.
Then we had an MSK segment.
Oh boy!
Interrupted by GYB. Then by Carmelo and Trey Baxter. Then Briggs and Jensen. But we legit had nothing solved in the contenders side of things. And we'll probably get an 8-man tag next week. And still not know who's fighting them next.
It's shit like this, which really must make 2.0 think, yeah, we were right. We're glad we're gone.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, I'm referring to Ever Rise, to use the NXT name. Speaking of dumbass shit, when we do have some more of it coming.
The Raquel segment was good.
Not her, she was good.
Then we had Io Stark versus Gigi and Lacey.
Yeah, this is the shit I'm referring to.
I heard that Io's being drafted, so I kind of guessed that Io and Stark was going to lose this, but that's a rumor that could just be that. However, the champions retaining may say otherwise. But a good match.
You touched on it before. These drafts don't take effect for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So if she is drafted, there's still 3 weeks in which she can lose. Yeah. Also, way to make your new faction look strong, by the way, by having them lose.
Mm-hmm. At least it wasn't a contenders match.
At least this was a title match. I agree.
So
that was a good part about it. Also, about time your champions defended their belts.
The Braun Breaker and Ciampa video segment was good. And then Ciampa decided to FaceTime the commentary team.
Well, Breaker and Ciampa having good video promo things. Big shock. Oh wait, no, it's not. But yeah, this FaceTime thing was dumb.
Yeah. It's a 2.0 using brand new technology to talk to their stars. Brand new technology under that list in like small fine print, also known as FaceTime.
Yeah, the fun part about this is you clearly know the commentary team have no idea how to fucking do this shit.
No, I'm surprised they didn't accidentally click the filter button and have Wade Barrett turn into a dragon or some shit.
It could have turned into, I don't know.
He'll have those love hearts all over his face with the arrows here, there, and everywhere.
I still think he could have turned into bad news.
Then we had Boa versus Chase. Chase got smoked and pinned.
Yeah. That's pretty much it, really.
Mm-hmm. And then the second index segment was even funnier than the first.
By the way,
if you didn't see it, go back and watch it.
Also, to put some context to this, Aaron's favourite wrestler is Dexter Lumis.
Not anymore.
Is that because he's married now?
No, I've got. I prefer a different wrestler, but we'll touch on that when we get to NXT UK.
Oh, good. Okay. Cool.
He's my favorite on NXT.
Aha, gotcha. Okay.
But
yes.
yeah, not gonna lie, this is the honeymoon segments are the funniest parts of the show, as they should have been.
That's not hard.
No.
Probably also the most entertaining parts of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I believe it's Roderick now, isn't it?
Yeah, we didn't get the start of this match because Strong got jumped.
Yeah.
But what we got was a good part of the match. And Strong KO'd his challenger.
Yeah.
Which is like uncommon. Doesn't really happen in a WWE ring. You either get a pin or a submission or a count out or a DQ. You don't usually get a KO victory.
I think some wrestlers, not being found in WWE, should actually be able to win matches this way because some of them, you could believe them doing it.
I mean, if you look at the Big Show and stuff, they could have just called the KO when he did the KO punch because that was the idea behind it. He didn't need to win him.
He did win matches that way. That's the thing. I mean, if you want to look at some modern wrestlers that do this, they're AEW ones, but I'll mention them here. You've got Wardlow, who wins matches this way, and when he's around, Anthony Ogogo, who used to be a boxer, so you can believe he would win a match that way because if he punches you, you're gonna go the fuck out.
Yeah, and the knee strike by Strong in this match, you saw it actually connect, and just like,
there you go.
Ow.
Yeah. That sort of stuff, you can believe it KO somebody. Absolutely.
Yeah, so Waller won't be talking anytime soon.
Especially when you've got somebody like Roderick Strong, who's known for using backbreakers, which are pretty much using your knees.
Plus, he's had surgery to replace knee surgery once as well, so I'm pretty sure he's got like some steel in there somewhere.
Reinforcements, let's call it that. So yeah, Roderick Strong won the match.
Then we had a Chen segment, which was okay. Didn't really give us anything, to be honest. Odyssey Jones and LA Knight segment was just LA Knight being LA Knight, really.
Yeah.
Odyssey being over friendly and paying for it. Then we had Cora and Trent segment, which was just puppy love, and yeah, okay. It was like Index 2.0 or some shit.
Oh joy.
So after that, we had Lashing Out with Lash Legend. This show wasn't in a ring. This was backstage, and she just spoke about herself and then gossiped and bitched a little, but didn't, like... I didn't hate this, to be honest. It was different, which isn't a bad thing.
Depending on... It depends, but yeah, being different usually is a good thing.
Yeah, I didn't mind it because of the fact that it was different. But I'm not completely like, yeah, I really like this. Can we see this again? I'm a bit like...
Is it more of a case of, it's different. Show me why I should care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fair thing to throw at it.
So after this, We had Kyle O'Reilly versus Ridge Holland, which has been building up for the past 2 weeks.
Speaking of things I didn't care about.
I mean, a brawl started off this match because O'Reilly literally came up behind Holland as he walked out the smoke and jumped him, and the Bruiserweight tried to help but didn't really. Then the match started again after the break, so he missed the start of another match. Then O'Reilly won with a roll-up and then had a beat down and got rescued by Von Wagner. So we're probably going to see a tag match next week for some reason.
Well, considering he helped him out and then Holland and Dunn are actually allies anyway, at least that makes sense.
I don't know why Von Wagner helped O'Reilly out.
Well, he's done it twice.
Come to O'Reilly's rescue all the time.
Well, I say he's done it twice now. Maybe there's a reason to it. Maybe we'll find out. To be fair to them, we may get an explanation.
Couple goals.
Hey, you never know. They could be a gay team. You know, that'll really help Gacy, won't it?
If. So next we had Frankie Monet versus Raquel Gonzalez. An okay match.
Or the women's title. You may want to point that out.
Yeah, I mean, Raquel survived. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
She got the win. Didn't really help, to be honest, once Toxic Attraction struck and laid the Stone brand and the NXT Women's Champion out.
Yeah, the only one left standing in this was Mandy Rose.
And her nitwits. Stable partners.
No, nitwits, you had it right the first time. But this is clearly meant to put Mandy into the title picture, which it doesn't. This just looks really forced and stupid.
Yeah, this looks like flavor of the month.
It's like, I've dyed my hair dark color now. I'm all hard now. I should get a title match because my gang interfered, attacked everyone after the match.
I wish this was vodka.
Except Raquel Gonzalez. And probably Frankie Monet, to be fair. Because they had to sell for this shit.
I mean, Robert Stone seems more like a whiskey drinker, to be honest. But he's used to being beaten up by women, so it's fine.
He is a whiskey drinker. In real life, I mean, he actually is a whiskey drinker. It's so funny you say that.
I know, I do my research.
There you go. Yeah, you researched the whiskey, right?
No. Yes.
There you go.
I don't need props.
I
need refills.
That empty bottle is there for prop use, right? It was never full at any point, was it?
Which one?
Yeah. So there we go. But yeah, that was the end of
Chunder XT.
Yeah. We might just call it that from now on, by the way. I think it might make more sense. So what ranking would you like to give Chunder?
Welcome to Chunderville.
Yeah.
5.
How many chunks do you want to give it?
5.
5 chunks. Okay. They're better than Raw, which is, you know.
Oh, there's a surprise.
But it's still Chunder. It's still NXT Chunder.
You really got me wondering, sorry.
No. You did it right the first time, Chundering.
I was hungover this morning, so.
Probably because you were busy getting a Build-A-Bear from behind, according to what it was telling me. Was that no, not from behind? Wow. Unconsensual bear.
It's not a bear, it's a Pokemon.
It's Build-A-Bear. That's the point. I know it's not actually a bear, but it's from Build-A-Bear. So.
I mean, if my partner was concerned, it would be Build-A-Stitch. And that sounds like Build-A-Bitch, so.
You don't want to build a bitch.
No.
There's plenty of them in the world already. You don't need to build more.
I know, I live with one.
Now, Bruce is not a bitch.
No, because he's got a cock.
I don't think Charlie is either.
No. Otherwise it'd be Charlene.
Yeah, so we'll leave it there so people can work out things for themselves.
One of these things just doesn't belong here.
One of these things does not have any balls here. Anyway.
Nuts.
These nuts, yeah?
I'll let you work that one out.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like that. But that, of course, brings us to something which usually helps clean Aaron's palate. NXT UK.
I have one problem with this show.
It exists not long enough, and Chunderville is too long.
Yeah, but it's not a problem. I'm used to that by now.
Okay. So what was your problem with NXT UK?
No, I'll tell you when I get to it.
Okay, cool. Well, first matchup we have up.
You must have liked.
Of course it involved my favourite team.
Mm-hmm.
And probably in WWE, in all honesty. Mustache Mountain.
It was an amazing match as well.
Well, what do you expect is Mustache Mountain?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wasn't sure what was happening like in the middle when they had Symbiosis come out and then Jack Stars and Dave Mastiff attack Symbiosis for some reason. But I was just like, okay, I'm here for it.
I think they faced each other the other week, so I think that might be in relation to that.
No, Symbiosis faced Smith and Carter the week beforehand.
Gotcha.
So I think Mastiff and Stars just thought, yeah, okay, we want to throw our hats in the ring too.
Fair, Mastiff just likes to fight, so doesn't really need a reason. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And yeah, it was a really, really good match. I really enjoyed watching this match. Probably like one of the best matches in WWE this week.
Oh, definitely up there. Yeah, Mustache Mountain faced Oliver Carter and Ashton Smith. For those of you who don't know who they fought, and unsurprisingly for me, anyway, Mustache Mountain won.
Yeah. And then we had a Ginny segment, which was good. Samuels and Mastiff segment was Mastiff, Stars, and Nina Samuels segment was funny and good, like character building kind of. And then we had Danny Luna versus Zaya Brookside, possibly the best women's match of the week as well.
No, definitely the best women's match in WWE this week.
It was basically Speed versus Power, and Power actually won. Danny got a victory over Zaya Brookside.
Yeah.
However, Zaya Brookside snapped afterwards. And we haven't seen that before, so it should be interesting to see what happens.
I'm not wholly surprised considering what's been, because she's not been doing very well lately, so there's always a possibility you'll get something like that happen. So it'll be interesting to see where she goes from there, though.
Then we had Turner ask Sid to reinstate Davenport so that way she can get a bit of revenge. I liked it. It was in character.
Yeah.
After that, we had Gradwell segment was good. He broke Mark Andrews' skateboard, and and Andrews came out with the skateboard that was half snapped and decided to break it over Gradwell.
Fair.
Yeah, you broke my skateboard. I break you with the skateboard.
Yeah, fair.
So we'll probably get a match between them two next week.
Don't have a problem with that.
No. Now this was my favourite match of the week. WWE.
Would this be Charlie Dempsey versus Josh Morrell?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was a really good debut for Dempsey. Quite exciting match. And I mean, I think I've got a new favourite wrestler. I mean, for two guys that aren't well known in the WWE right now and like are fresh, that was a fucking good match. Like Dempsey's very William Regal-esque. He's got that like tough, hardcore style. Like he's a grinder, if you know what I mean.
Wow. Yeah.
And that submission at the end of the match as well. That was like, okay. I'd never seen like a bow and arrow kind of submission like that before.
Well, there are a few people who do variations of that move like that. So, and he's definitely up there. So, be interested to see what he does going forward.
Yeah. What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm just looking something up. So, but we're going to see if I'm just going to see if I'm right or not.
So next we had the A-Kid and Dragunov face to face. Okay, the segment was okay, but it was in a room. The background music was just so annoying. So if you're going to have a face-to-face, don't have background music. Let them talk so you can actually think about what they're saying instead of like having a bloody distraction on repeat. I didn't like it at all.
Oh, don't be silly. You can't have that. You have to basically tell everybody who's who.
And then we had Joe Coffey versus Jordan Devlin. A great match, but sadly it came down to the numbers game for Devlin, which is no surprise because obviously Gallus. But yeah, it was a great match.
Yes, it was.
So I gave NXT UK a 9 out of 10. And the only reason it's like down 1 point was because of the fucking background music and the stupid face-to-face segment. Also, I've got no idea why it was in a room. Why not just do it in the ring?
Yeah, you do wonder with certain things why they're doing the way they do, but I don't know. These people are weird. But to be fair, there probably is a reason for it, but God knows what it is. So there's your NXT UK. So what do we give it? What's it gonna get?
I already said.
I didn't hear you, sorry.
I said 9, just because of the stupid music.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It would have been a 10 without the music.
Cool. That brings us to SmackDown. And a lot of this show is filled up with the draft. We've already talked about it. I fucking hate it. So there. Only part of the Only part of the draft we're going to talk about here, which relates to Lesnar, but we'll talk about that when we get there.
Mm-hmm. The Roman segment was boring until he got his mouth shut by Lesnar.
Oh yeah, and Lesnar also shut the Usos as well.
Yeah, I was just about to say the Usos got fed to the beast too.
Yeah. This is building up to that crown jewel match for anyone who's not aware.
Mm-hmm. The Charlotte segment was a bit of a screen time for her, I guess. Feed the ego a little.
Yeah, probably.
Then we had Kevin Owens versus Happy Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
This was crap, to be honest. Especially with Moss ringside, constantly laughing. It was just fuck off.
It served no purpose.
No.
Happy Corbin won, but
yeah.
With what we know about Kevin Owens, apparently his contract's up at the very beginning of next year, so that probably means he's not going to be here much longer if this keeps happening.
Yeah. Then the Edge segment was good.
Until
the Seth part of it was crap.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. Once Seth appears, this went very downhill.
It just reminded me of the Triple H Randy Orton feud when Triple H broke into Randy's house. Except it was a PG version.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, right? If Seth breaks into Edge's home, it's a bit stupid because it's not like he's going to intimidate Edge's wife. Edge's wife's Beth fucking Phoenix. She'd kick his ass.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't really work the same way either, which is the thing.
I'd laugh my ass off if Seth would have gone in there and Christian Cage was just sitting on the sofa.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
In his AEW shirt as well. That would have been brilliant. But you know what they would have done with WWE if they'd immediately spotted him? They would have put a blue dot over his face. And anyone who doesn't get that reference, you need to know your wrestling history. I'm guessing Aaron does from the way he reacted to it.
Yeah, then we had Carmella versus Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a match.
Yeah, apparently the pre-show for the pay-per-view, said being on the pay-per-view, wasn't bad enough. They had to fucking do this shit.
Mm-hmm. It was a match that turned into a brawl that never started the match.
And they both deserve better than this. This was terrible.
And Carmella has a stupid mask now as well.
Yeah, what her and Corey get up to in their private lives is none of our business.
It's better than a metal gimp suit. She just looked like she had a sparkly gimp suit.
Yeah, but just really going to freak you out is it's Corey's.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, this is all draft notes.
New Day and Street Profits.
New Day and Street Profits versus Alpha Academy and the Dirty Dogs. Spelled with a W because they're so hip.
Yeah, this was an 8-man tag.
I'm not sure why this match happened.
No, there is no reason this match happened. It was pointless.
I think that it was literally just because AEW had an 8-man tag team match. And they thought, yeah, we want one too.
No, AEW had a 16-man tag match.
They had an 8-man one as well.
Yeah, but this past Dynamite, there was a 16-man tag match.
Oh, no, I watched it.
And it was still better than this piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Street Profits and New Day won the match.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair though, it could also be the fact that I mean, it's almost like is it New Day that announced SmackDown, or was it Big E?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why. Then it's just probably a draft thing. Possibly, but fuck knows and fuck cares.
The next segment was the funniest segment of the night.
Yes, it was.
Hardy's segment. Jeff Hardy's segment.
Well, it was.
It was. Until Brock Lesnar walked in and said, "Are we live?" And Jeff went, "I'm out of here."
Yeah, smart Jeff.
Yeah. And Brock took the microphone and he said, "This is a public announcement. It doesn't matter what happens on the draft because I am a free agent thanks to my good friend Paul Heyman." And then dropped the mic and walked away.
Yeah.
That's what you call a mic drop.
Yeah. Few points here. One, smart Jeff. Jeff was also Brock's very first opponent in wrestling in WWE. So again, smart Jeff. Two, who's going to really tell Brock he can't? And three, this furthers the story with Heyman and Roman. This did everything it should do. This was good. Also, it was funny, which also has the benefit of being good. Easily the best segment on this show.
Especially as it followed up to being in Roman's dressing room, and the camera zoomed out on the Usos, and then Roman, and then Paul Heyman sat on the sofa with his hands like this over his face.
Yeah. Which essentially led to this being Paul make sure the Usos don't get drafted, and then he sent him to Raw to make sure it doesn't happen. And then once Heyman leaves, he tells the Usos, go with him to make sure this happens, blah, blah, blah.
And if it doesn't happen and you're drafted to Raw, leave him for dead there.
Yeah, basically.
Both segments were great. Didn't have a problem.
Well, I have the slight issue of the fact that Roman has literally just told his cousins to commit homicide on live television. But other than that...
Yeah, that's Paul Heyman. He'll go over it.
Yeah, I just find it funny when you kind of tell people on national television, or international television in this case, that your cousin should go kill people.
He didn't say kill him. He said leave him for dead.
Yeah, again, it's still attempted murder, so it's just as bad.
Depends if the Beast is there too, to be honest.
Which he probably will be, because he can go where he wants to. As we established before. On the best segment on this show.
If that's not mic drop of the week, I don't know what was.
Yeah, definitely WWE, absolutely. Actual mic drop of the week belongs to someone else, but I will touch upon this. It's not a WWE thing, but we will touch on it because it's important. At least to me, it is anyway.
So next we have Belair versus Banks in a Mania rematch.
At least this made sense.
Commentary
that
was good as well.
Becky on commentary made no fucking sense. These two facing each other made sense.
Yeah, but Becky on commentary made sense because the match for Saudi Arabia had already been booked.
Yeah, but I don't want Becky on fucking commentary. I think she sucks.
Oh, she does. She really does. But at the same time, it's funny.
Yeah. I don't mean that against Becky, as in Becky the person. But Becky the wrestler on commentary sucks.
Yeah, because all you hear every 5 seconds is, because I am the man.
Yeah.
And I'm from Belfast, and I need to learn to control my breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got Belair versus Banks, so at least we got to see these two face each other, which, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, Becky on commentary made the match feel 3 times the length it actually was, but yeah, it was a good match.
Yeah, she did not help these two whatsoever, and they can do. These two are very capable of putting a good, decent match.
Yeah, if you want an example, look at WrestleMania last year.
Yeah.
This year, even.
Yes, this year. It's not been that long. It's still this year.
I don't know. Becky Lynch made it feel like it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, because of come on, Terry.
I thought she was having an asthma attack mid-commentary, not gonna lie.
I thought maybe she had Seth Rollins on the phone and they was doing a heavy breathing with each other. I don't fucking know, but yeah.
Someone get this bitch an inhaler.
Somebody work it out to fucking mute a microphone. How's that?
I'm gonna cult of personality-ify her.
Yeah. Anyway, Belair actually won this match.
Wait, did she?
Yeah. That's what my thing says.
I didn't write down the winner. So,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't go for it because I didn't really care.
Yeah. I'm just mentioning it because obviously people might care who actually won. That's pretty much it. But it wasn't really that important, but she did win. So. I thought I'd mention it anyway, but yeah. So anyway, that was SmackDown. So means you've got to give us a ranking for SmackDown. Three? Is that 3? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair. Also, a lot of this was also the draft, which we're not touching upon that this week. We may probably do it next week once it's actually settled.
I'd say it was 3 mostly because of the Brock segment.
Yeah, that definitely deserves some points there because that shit was fun.
The matches were actually pretty good as well, so maybe being a bit too harsh there, maybe 4.
Yeah, I mean the Belair Banks match was fairly decent, definitely. So there you go. So that was WWE for this week. So basically, match of the week, my man. What was your match of the week? WWE one, by the way.
It's a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have to be either Mustache Mountain versus Smith and Carter.
Yep.
Or Charlie Dempsey versus Josh Morrell.
I think that's fair. You can have them both.
Or Joe Coffey versus Devlin, to be fair. All those 3 matches from NXT UK were the best 3 matches of the week, in my opinion.
Psst, just watch NXT UK. That's pretty much what Aaron's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. Right. So that's the WWE stuff for the week. We wouldn't normally do this, but I'm going to do it because it's a special exemption. Okay. And if people don't like this, you can kiss my fucking ass. I don't care. This past week, AEW was in Rochester, New York. Okay. This is where the Dynamite tapings happened and the Rampage tapings happened. The reason I am mentioning this is because this is Brody Lee's hometown. Okay. My drop of the week, touch upon what Aaron said before, belongs to Brody Lee Jr. and Amanda Huber, Brody's widow. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They both appeared on the show. They were both involved in the show, but also Amanda also announced the John Huber Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, big thing. People should support that stuff. A lot because also you've got the Owen Hart Foundation and you've got the John Huber one, both of which charities which help people with various things. So definitely help them. Definitely check them out because I think it's important to do so. And also, with it being Rochester and obviously Brody's hometown, there was a lot of Dark Order stuff on these shows, and this is why that 16-man tag team match happened. Because
And the Dark Order finally got their shit together.
And this was because of Amanda and Brody Lee Jr.
Or -1.
Yeah. So, but I'm putting this in context of people who wouldn't know them by those names. But that's why the Mic Drop Loop belongs to those two. And if you think I'm wrong, fight me. Or
I kind of want to say you're wrong, but, you know.
Or fuck you, basically, because yeah. So, do you disagree? Do you want to disagree with me? No,
Kind
I don't
of,
think
no.
not enough to risk a fight. Basically, is what you're saying.
No, because like, I do agree with you, but at the same time, I don't want to fight you.
Yeah. Again, it's the best of both worlds. You don't want to, and you agree, so that works. So, and yes, I know this is a WWE show. We usually do WWE stuff, but I thought this was important to mention because of the fact of what happened to Brody was a big deal and it affected lots of different people, lots of different companies, and Big E still speaks about it now. And he's also still in touch with Amanda and her family. So I thought it was worth mentioning this being the first time they'd been to his hometown since he died. And obviously you now have fans as well.
Mm-hmm.
So also Brody Lee Jr. got involved in a little haircut session match on Rampage.
Oh shit! I haven't seen Rampage actually.
Yeah, I'm not going to elaborate more on that if you haven't seen it.
I watched Dynamite.
Okay, for you personally, watch the opening match on Rampage. Definitely make a point of watching it.
Yeah, I watched Dynamite because the 16-man tag was on Dynamite.
Yeah, Rampage. The first match on Rampage is Bryan Danielson versus Nick Jackson. Trust me, you probably want to watch it.
Yeah, I did want to watch that when it was announced last week. On Wednesday even.
Yeah, I would definitely watch that for Rampage. I mean, watch the whole program if you want, but I would say if nothing else, watch that match.
Well, I'm gonna go downstairs once the podcast's finished, and I'll probably end up sitting and watching Rampage because I don't like any of my mum's TV programs.
Yeah.
I'm not so watching.
Yeah, I mean, Rampage also has the advantage of only being an hour, which is great for a wrestling program.
Sure.
Because, I mean, you touched upon it now. NXT UK is an hour, and that works. Mm-hmm. Rampage works as an hour as well. But at the same time, on top of that, you have 2 hours of Dynamite, and that's it for AEW stuff. The other shows that on YouTube can take them and leave them. Absolutely fine. WWE's issue is there's too much of it.
It's not a separate brand either. It's like one brand. They just have 2 shows.
Yeah. And the vast majority of the time, well, there's Dark and Dark Elevation, but you don't have to watch either of those shows if you don't want to. You're not going to lose out on anything, but
no.
You can see some interesting talent if you do, because a lot of that talent will eventually end up on Dynamite. So, actually, I do have a question for you, though. Since you saw Dynamite, and obviously you saw last week's Malachi Black, because I know you like Malachi. For those of you, obviously, WWE fans, that's Aleister Black for you. Did you like how his match finished? Yeah.
Very much.
Did you see it coming?
Mm-hmm.
So you thought he would actually use the...
Oh, no. No, I didn't think he'd use that.
That's why I asked you, because I've never seen him do that before. I mean, maybe you had, because I know you have followed him.
Yeah, he did it once in Japan.
Oh, there you go. Well, that makes sense because that's Mutter country, and most people do that shit in Japan at least once.
Pretty sure he did it in a match against Tajiri.
Again, that would make sense because Tajiri used to do it as well. So yeah.
Yeah, they both did it to each other at the same time.
That makes sense. That's very much a Japanese thing when it comes to guys.
But yeah, to Aleister Black turned around, and as soon as he did the split thing, he did the Black Mass, and yeah, he pinned Tajiri, I think, in the match.
It makes sense, but yeah, because to be honest, I was worried that possibly they'd let Cody win that match, but I was happy they didn't. I also liked how Malachi won that match for that exact reason.
I like how Arn Anderson did his segment on Wednesday. Said, "I don't want to coach a loser."
Yeah, I was going to ask. Actually, since you brought it up, I'm going to ask you about this. Did you like his story about the Glock?
Yep.
This was brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing to bear in mind, people, is what you have to remember with this story is this is not something that happened. This is like an allegory to explain an explanation of this is what I would do, and this is why you're a wuss.
I'd say top 3 mic drops of the week in wrestling territory, as far as like I'm concerned. You got Brock Lesnar, you got Huber, and MJF for his promo on Darby Allin.
Oh, don't worry,
his uncle in the car crash.
Yeah, we were going to.
I was just like, "Oh shit! This just got personal."
Yeah. So, do you know what I find funny about all that though? Look at the 3 shows you've got those mic drops from. Right. Not one of them is Chunderville, which apparently is supposed to be edgier and more adult now.
Yeah, and the one segment that is WWE is
it's the
purely
Fox show.
the comedy factor as well.
Yeah. And the other 2 are on this list because
they're better.
Of two very different reasons, though. They're not for the same thing, which is the other key. Which is called variety. WWE could really help with that, could do with learning that one. Although, to be fair to the Huber family, that they really would have liked to have done that. They'd rather have had, obviously, John. So, but while you can, make the best out of what you can. And obviously, little Brody, having the time of his life, being able to be involved in these things. Again, of course, they'd rather have his father back. I think everyone would. But this must help, I think, him, especially at that age, because it'd be like, I get to have all this fun. Which I think is a good thing. So there's plenty of time when you're older to deal with the bad shit. Make the most of enjoying shit. If you can, though, as you get older, still enjoy shit and trying to think as little about the bad shit as possible.
Yeah, definitely.
This is why we take our dates to things like Build-A-Bear.
I feel attacked.
I'm not attacking you. This is a good. I'm complimenting you on something that's actually positive. It's because what you've done is not a. The fact you took your other half to something like Build-A-Bear for a date. It's not a negative thing because it's a thing you can do together. It's a happy thing. So I'm not attacking you. I think this is a good thing personally.
I mean, it's not something I've done before either, so like, it was quite cute.
If the internet want to attack you, that's my response to that. Because in my opinion,
I've been attacked for less, so I don't care.
more people should take that kind of example. Do something that's fun. Something you're going to enjoy. Can be goofy, can be wacky, can be silly. You know, as long as you're having fun, you're not hurting anyone. Nobody gives a shit. Sorry, nobody should give a shit. And if they do, they've clearly got nothing better to do with their own fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
It's as simple as that. Who cares if Aaron stuffed it full of love? Well, you stuffed hers full of love. And the bear.
That's what you want to call it.
Well, you said it's not the citizen certificate. You showed me. Although yours says it was stuffed by Kaylee, which, you know, that begs some questions right there. But it's not that kind of program, so we're not elaborating on that. So, on a serious note, though, going back to obviously something that is actually serious, meaning this. The Cancer Research Charity, yes, this thing right here. When is the hair going?
The last week of October, because my partner's on holiday as of tomorrow for 2 weeks, and then my mum's going on holiday on the 18th for a week, so they won't be back until the 25th. So I've got to organise it all myself within 25 days.
I see.
And I'm after raffle prizes as well. So if anybody wants to donate, feel free to get in touch with a raffle prize or something. All proceeds will be going to Cancer Research UK as well. So the better the raffle prize, the more likely people will buy tickets.
That's fair. Yeah, just yeah, guys. Anyone who has any possible suggestions, I've obviously put them forward as well. So it'd always be good. So raffle prize could be. You could always have a raffle prize of.
I mean, I was thinking about getting a couple of my merch T-shirts and putting them up for raffle as well.
Merch T-shirts? What merch could that possibly be?
That merch.
Yeah, what?
The limited edition merch.
What do you mean? This merch?
Yes, that merch.
This merch, which won't be here after January. You mean this merch?
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yes.
And of course, you can obviously find you here doing all the fun stuff, which also means you. Yeah, obviously the things that Twitch would let you do, because obviously there are certain things you can't do on Twitch.
Really?
Yeah, apparently so. So here's the question. Obviously, you're going to be on tomorrow, so what are you doing?
Probably Fortnite.
Ah, you do like your Fortnite, don't you?
Depends whether or not the season's any good.
Are they doing anything for Halloween? Because obviously Halloween's coming up.
Yeah, they do like a Fortnitemares like annual thing. It's a little different. Like the game mode's a bit different. Once you die, you come back as a ghost and you try and kill the people that are alive. And if you win, you get a Nightmare Royale. But if you stay alive and kill all the ghosts after they come back, then you get a Victory Royale. So it makes it twice as hard, but twice as easy to get one as well. Okay. If that makes sense.
Kind of. I do have a question for you, though. See what your opinion is of this. What do you think the likelihood is of people going trick-or-treating this year, with COVID?
Probably not very likely, but...
Well, now think about it. You can go trick-or-treating, but people always wear masks for trick-or-treating.
This is true.
There'll be millions of doctors, people dressed up as doctors this year, because obviously they come with face masks.
It's when somebody turns around and says to you, "Where's your mask?" And you say, "Which one?"
Or you'll get loads of people dressed up as obviously Jason.
Sexy nurse outfit, but you've got a mask on top of a mask.
Oh, you're not going to double mask, are you?
Which one's your COVID mask? Both.
That'll upset the anti-vaxxers.
Yep.
I do like poking fun at, but in all seriousness, people, when it comes to that, make up your own mind. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Not my place to run your life. However, I do think it'd be funny to see some funny Halloween costumes, considering what we're currently coming through. I mean, we all know Aaron's going to be Uncle Fester.
I'm going to be Agent 47.
Professor X?
No, I'm going to be Agent 47.
Isn't that Agent Orange?
No.
You're too young to know what that is, fortunately. I know Agent 47's a video game before you say anything.
It's a movie as well.
A very bad movie, but yes. It's a series of video games and a very bad movie.
Yeah.
So, there you go. So, Aaron apparently is going to become Agent 47, which means everyone's going to be able to push his buttons.
I'm going to have someone paint a barcode on the back of my head.
Isn't that what girlfriends are for?
True, but I should probably end up drawing a cock instead of a barcode.
Well, you eat. Don't say it. I would point out, by the way. I would point out, by the way, that I actually know how to make barcodes from scratch. I can actually draw them and actually write the coding in, so because I know what it all means. So if I drew a barcode in the back of your head, I could make you out to be like fish fingers or something.
And Summers vibrator. Are you okay, Aaron? Yeah.
I'm getting a bit of a buzz.
You having a seizure? No, this is my happy look.
Oh no, that would be weird. It'd be like, are you having a seizure? I don't know.
No, someone press the on switch.
Where's the on switch? You don't want to know.
Where's the off switch?
Let's ask your girlfriend.
Or the on switch.
Yeah, let's ask your girlfriend.
She says no comment.
Well, she's not there, is she? So she can't really make a comment.
Yeah.
So you said she's going on holiday, so you're going to be separated then?
Yeah.
Oh,
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Absinthe makes the heart grow fonder. Okay, I've heard that before.
That too.
Well, you've got a bunch of empty bottles, my man, so you probably know what works.
Yeah.
Being a non-drinker, I wouldn't know, but you know.
I don't drink. I don't know what you're talking about.
Much. You don't drink much.
I wasn't hungover this morning, no?
No. You also didn't book the draft either, did you?
I'd have done better drunk than they did. Sober.
You could get a newborn toddler at the maternity unit who'd do a better fucking job booking the fucking draft.
I'd have just shut the fucking door. Stop the draft altogether.
Well, WWE have never opened the door because they don't understand the concept of the forbidden door. It's only everyone else who has the forbidden door open.
Mm-hmm.
So now we brought it back to the wrestling. We probably should actually leave it there and let people bugger off and go. So obviously, Patreon for us guys here. You can just check out the thing down below for that. You can help Aaron's charity, which of course is Cancer Research UK. There we go, right here, right here. Link, of course, is down there. But this is a charity. There's links in the description. Obviously, you can also go and help by supporting this as well when Aaron does his streams, which are Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday. Yes?
Yeah.
Yay! Remember all this time. And of course, for those of you who want limited edition merch, first week of January, and it's gone.
Yep.
Simple as that. And if you want to help with the raffle, with the broadening, as I like to call it, for Aaron, get in touch with him and let him know and see what happens. Obviously, people want to get tickets and stuff. I suggest you'd also contact Aaron as well for that.
Mm-hmm.
And with that one, people, we're going to let you all bugger off and forget that Extreme Rules ever fucking happened, because we did. So, anything else you'd like to say to the people before we disappear on them?
Have a nice evening. Have a nice day. Take care. Don't forget to like and share.
Yeah. And if you can, build a bear. Because believe it or not, it can be quite fun.
Or a Pokemon, whatever you want.
Yeah. It's a nice bit of fun, harmless fun. Simple as that.
They have the child at the moment in Build-A-Bear too.
Oh, okay. There's somebody I know who want to do that, so I'm not going to tell them. So bye, people.